So in this video, I want to share a bit of my trading journey. I have been trading for only 1.5 years, and so far I'd say I'm profitable. So in the past 8 months, which is when I decided to take trading seriously, and I'd say I found my strategy, I've made 19.3% return in 8 months. For someone who has been trading for 1.5 years, that's just really impressive. So that's what I want to kind of talk about in this video. Share my journey, maybe inspire others. Maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. Maybe you're not profitable and you're wondering, hey, what do I have to do to get profitable? In this video, I just want to share my journey, and you can see if you can learn anything from this. So this right here is a journal. So I'm someone who likes to write, and I like to journal. So since March of 2024, which is when I began trading, you can see here I mentioned that I started my trading journey on March 1st. It has been a complete shithousery. I have been frustrated, felt lost, and barely made any progress. So this is essentially when I really started my trading journey, on March 1st of 2024, which is 1 year and 5 months ago. And so far, I would say I'm profitable. So since the past 8 months, I have been recording my trading performance, my returns, and all of that stuff. And as I said earlier in the video, since November of 2024, I've made 19.33% return. So let's go through these returns a bit. So I trade 3 different accounts. I trade 2 traditional prop firm accounts, which is FX2 and FTMO, and then I have another prop firm account, which is a lot more unconventional, and I think is the best prop firm that exists right now. Nothing else is even close. So those are the 3 different accounts that I trade, and we'll do a bit of analysis on each of them, so you can see my performance of each of these accounts. So as it relates to FX2, this is the prop firm that I've passed the challenge already. So I'm currently in the funded stage of my FX2 account. You can see that since I've been trading this account, if we head to FX2 right here, I've been trading this account since November of 2024, right? So I've been trading this account for, that's about 8 months. So I've been trading this account here for 8 months, and you can see that the total return is 8.1%. and that's an average monthly return of 0.9%. So I've basically been achieving 1% a month on my FX2 account, and that's not really impressive. That's not the best type of returns, but at the end of the day, I'm not blowing my account. I'm consistently making money. How many traders in their first year of trading, they can say that for 8 months straight they have consistently been gaining an average of 1% a month? So that's what I have been doing. And on my FX2 account, you can see that the total P&L is $825 since I have been trading this. So again, I've passed the challenge. So this return right here is just the total return. This is not what I'm going to get in payout right now or anything. So if I head to the FX2 dashboard right here, and we look at these different columns here, I have withdrawals. So in April, this is when I passed the challenge and I grew the account from 10k to 11k, and as a result, this is why you see this withdrawal of $1,000 here. So since April, I've been in the funded stage of my FX2 account, and since then I've basically been down. So it has not been great. I've been funded with FX2, but my performance has been underwhelming. So we'll see if that performance there will improve. But that's FX2 right there. It's an okay return, but it's not my best performance, and it's a lot better than FTMO, which we'll cover soon. So far for 8 months, I've made a total of 8% return on FX2, which is an average monthly return of 0.9%. My worst month was I was down minus 0.88%. So my worst month on FX2, I didn't even lose 1% of my account. So that's solid risk management. And my best month was 5.5%. So FX2 performance, it's okay, but it's nothing exceptional. It's nothing out of this world, right? Next, we have FTMO, which I actually had a month where I really spiraled, and this is why I'd say I'm actually break even on FTMO. So I had one bad month in FTMO, and you can see here that my worst month on FTMO, I was down 8.5%. So in a single month, I was down 8.5%, and this is the reason why I'd say I'm break even on FTMO. So this is the thing about trading and why it's not easy. This mistake that I made on my FTMO account, a lot of traders make this mistake every single month, or they make this mistake every now and then. And just one small mistake. I've been trading FTMO for 8 months. I have not blown the account, and I've only made one, I'd say, huge mistake, not a small mistake. And as a result, I'm break even. So trading, you seriously have to be in your zone. You have to manage risk. You have to be disciplined. You have to really execute every day and be consistent. And if we head to my FTMO detail page here, you can see that this bad month was in February. And I remember this day like yesterday. I remember this exact moment where I had this 8.5% drawdown. It was just a horrible experience. And as a result, this is why I'm break even. You can see that since then I've made a good recovery. I had a 1.5% return month. I had a 6% return month in April. Then I had 2 back-to-back down months. And then in July, I had a strong 4% month. But you can see this 8% drawdown that I had, which was me not being disciplined and not managing my risk. It really set me back a lot on FTMO. And as a result, I'm break even on FTMO after 8 months of trading, which is just actually crazy. So that's my FTMO account there. The performance, you can see the average monthly return is basically break even, obviously, because I haven't really made any money on FTMO as yet. But yeah, that's my performance on FTMO. And now Axie Select, which is my favorite prop firm. I think it's the best prop firm. It's the only prop firm that makes sense. It's not even close. At FTMO, the 5%ers, Darwinex, there's just no prop firm that makes more sense than Axie Select. It's just without a doubt the best prop firm model. So on Axie Select, you have your live account that you trade, and then they give you an allocation account essentially. So for at the moment, my live account is at $661. So this is my money that I can withdraw. Any profits that I make, I can take. There aren't any rules. There's no, you can't trade news, you can't hold over the weekend. There's none of that stuff. This is my money that I can withdraw whenever I like. And then you have an allocation account, and my allocation account is currently $5,000, and that's an, I think, 8.2 multiplier. So you can see that my total PNL, and this is the PNL for my live account, is $61. So that's how much money I've made on my live personal account that I can withdraw whenever I feel like. And I've been trading this account for 5 months. So obviously $61 isn't impressive, but this is not the good part about Axie Select. It's about the allocation account. So on the allocation account, I currently have a $5,000 allocation account, and it's essentially like you're in the demo stage. So I'm almost out of the demo stage on Axie Select, but I'm actually making live account profits. So this is why I'm up $61 on Axie Select on my live account. On my allocation account, I'm actually up $509, this right here that you're looking at. So that's how Axie Select prop firm model works. You have your live account, and then you have your allocation account. I have a full video on my channel where I explain the prop firm model. Again, I just think it's the best, and it's the only prop firm model that I genuinely believe makes sense. So I've had a total return of 11% on Axie Select, which is better than FX2, and it's better than FTMO. And funny enough, I've actually only been trading Axie for 5 months, unlike FX2 and FTMO where I've been trading for 8 months. So I've been trading Axie Select for less time, and I've made better returns on it. And this is partly because I only trade Forex on Axie. And the reason why I only trade Forex on Axie is because I want a bit of diversification. So on FX2, every now and then I trade a bit of Forex, but I mostly trade the Nasdaq and gold. And for FTMO, I only trade Nasdaq and gold. Now, I'm not the best on Nasdaq and gold, but I can see where I can be profitable trading Nasdaq and gold. So this is why I trade Nasdaq and gold on FX2 and FTM. On Axie Select, I think I'm best at currency trading. You know, that's what I specialize in. That's where I say my strength is. So the reason why I'm up 11% is, as I said, I believe that it's because I only trade Forex, and that's really my strength. That's my strongest point in trading. So I'm up 11% there. My average monthly return is 2.1%, which is just amazing. And when you look at Axie Select prop firm model, if I can statistically over the next 2 to 3 years consistently make 2.5% a month with Axie Select prop firm model, I will, without a doubt, and this is just a statistical fact, be trading a $1 million account. So that's what I'm aiming for with Axie Select. So sure, I'm only trading $660 in live capital. I'm currently only trading $5,000 in allocation. But this what I'm doing right now. If I can consistently do that within the next 2 to 3 years, the statistics state that I should be trading a $1 million account on Axie Select. So this is just amazing statistics here. My worst month on Axie, I had a minus 1.5% return, and my best month I had a 5.5% return. So you can see good risk management there on Axie Select, and again good risk management because I'm trading my live account, so I have to manage risk because this is my live money that I'm actually trading. And then all of that aggregated, so the 3 different platforms that I trade, I've been trading all 3 of them aggregated 8 months. So since November to now July, I've been trading all of these accounts for 8 months, and the total return is 19.3% return, and that's an average monthly return of 2.5%, which is just amazing. You know, the goal is to grow my capital, where 2.5% return is a lot at the moment. With the 3 different accounts that I trade, if I can get 2.5%, this is a total of $25,000 in capital that I'm currently managing. So 2.5% a month is probably about $300 thereabout. But the goal here is to grow, so I can make that same 2.5%, and that's maybe on a 200k or 300k or 400k account, and that's a lot more money. So this is the important thing right here, the average monthly return. The aim is to just grow my capital, so this 2.5% return is just more money, but at the moment it's not really a lot, you know. But the important thing is that I am not losing money and I'm actually making money. And 19.3% in 8 months is amazing, because the statistics say this: 90% of traders lose money. So already I'm in the 10%. 90% of traders, of retail traders, lose money. So 90% of people who trade after 8 months, they're not up 19.33%. They're actually down. And an even crazier statistic, about 97% of traders do not outperform the markets. And what people mean by that is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 averages 10% a year, and about 97% of traders do not get more than 10% a year on average. So far, I am up 19.33% on all my accounts. So I am in the top 3% of traders at the moment. And even crazier statistics, 85% of hedge funds do not outperform the markets. And hedge funds are not retail traders. Hedge funds are people who are managing millions of dollars. So 85% of these guys do not get more than 10% annually. And so far in 8 months, I'm up almost 20%. So currently I'm outperforming 85% of hedge funds. So people need to understand that this type of return is amazing. A lot of people, they want to flip accounts, deposit $100, turn it into $1,000, which is like what, 900% return, which is just crazy. But this slow and steady return right here means that you are in the top 3% of traders, right? So I am really proud of this return right here, especially given the fact that I've only been trading for 1.5 years. So I want to go in, I was creating this right here in Microsoft Paint, right? And I wanted to show you guys person A, which is 90% of retail traders, and then I wanted to show you me, or what you should be. You guys should be like me. So 90% of traders is like this. So here we have years. So we have 0, 2, 5, 10, 20 years, right? So this is time on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we actually have wealth. So let me put 30k here. So this is 30k. Sorry for my penmanship. This is 100k, and I must say a million right here. This is 1 million, right? So most traders, they want to get this, right? Most traders, they want to, maybe someday make $1 million from trading, which is a lot, and it will take a lot of years. And what most traders do, here's their journey, right? They start trading with $100 or $20 account. They look at all these fake gurus on the internet claiming to flip accounts and make absolutely absurd amount of returns a year. So they say, hey, I'm going to do the same. So this is their wealth. It goes up, blow their account. It goes up, blow their account. It goes up, blow their account. And some of them even borrow money, take out money on loan, so they're negative. And this is most traders. After 10 years, this is what most traders look like. Are you in this 90%? Are you currently just growing account, blowing, growing account, blowing, growing account, blowing? If that's you, you're in the 90% of traders. So far, I don't want to jinx it, but this is me at the moment, right? I understand the effects of compounding. I understand the effects of slow and steady. I understand that trading is a marathon and it's not a sprint. I understand the effects of exponential growth. So this is me. This is my trading. I've been trading for 1.5 years, and essentially I've made $0 so far. But in the past 8 months, I found a strategy. I've stuck with that strategy and I've remained disciplined. So this is my wealth when I just started. I was like every other trader. I'm not claiming that I always have it figured out, but I grow my account, blow. I grow my account, bro. But after 8 months, I found my strategy, and now this is my return. Slow and steady. And over the next couple of years, this is how I expect my wealth to look. So you can see that it's slow, and then it starts to grow exponentially until your wealth starts to look like this right here. As a trader, this should be you, right? This should be you as a trader, and this is my expectation. This has been my plan since in November, when I decided to take trading seriously, that the first 1 to 2 years, since November 2024, I said in the first 1 to 2 years, I'll probably make about $2,000 or $5,000. And this is my wealth right here, not being a lot. But after that, my wealth should start to grow exponentially as I probably purchase more prop firms, I grow my own live capital, I make more deposits. My wealth starts growing exponentially, right? So most traders are like this. Their wealth, it never grows. They just try to flip account, blow, flip account, bro, flip account, bro. But I understand, again, compounding, patience, slow and steady. My wealth should look like this. So in 10 years, if I am consistent and I can still make 2.5% a month, if I'm trading $1 million account in 10 years, which I think is very possible with the existence of prop firms, if you're consistent and so forth, in 10 years, I could comfortably be trading $1 million worth of capital. That 2.5% would be $24,000 on $1 million account. I haven't changed my strategy. I haven't changed anything, but I've understood the concept of slow and steady, of compounding, of exponential growth. And that 2.5% that I'm currently making now will be a lot more money. But if you're someone who thinks like this, you're probably going to be stuck in this cycle forever and be stuck like the 90%, right? This right here is the small minority. As I mentioned, about 3% of traders can achieve this right here. And again, I believe this is just because of miseducation, a bunch of fake gurus and all that stuff. But this right here, I just wanted to share this because I realized that I've been getting a little audience right now. I don't know if people who watch my videos, if they're profitable or if they're looking to get profitable or they have aspirations of being profitable. They don't know what strategy to use. They don't know what their journey will be like. They don't know what expectations to set. I would just say, again, this diagram right here should be the diagram you're focused on. If you want to get rich from trading, understand that you're probably going to be this guy. If you want to grow your wealth steadily over time, you need to be this guy right here, right? So this is how I'd recommend people to be trading. So if you're not profitable and you're wondering why you're not profitable, first of all, ensure that you have a strategy, an edge in the market. Be disciplined, execute that strategy every day, and manage your risk well. This is all you need. This right here, 2.5% return a month. That's all you need. If you can consistently do this and capitalize on prop firms, I promise you that in 10 years your wealth will grow exponentially. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. And lastly, I'd like to share my monthly return. So you can see that this is not a smooth journey. Even though I average 2.5% a month, you know, it isn't always positive. Every month is not positive and so forth. So you can see that again, I started in November of 2024, and my first month I was up 1.2%. In December I was up 1.39%. January 1.5%. So the first 3 months I was averaging about 1.3% a month in my first 3 months of when I decided to execute my strategy, be disciplined, have good risk management and so forth. And then you can see in February, and this is when I spiraled. In February I lost 8% on FTMO. In that month I actually had my worst month in trading, which I was down to about 3%. Fortunately in February I had a good month on FX2. So in February of 2025 here, you can see that I actually made 5.5% on FX2 in February. So this kind of made my return, the 8% that I lost on FTMO, not so bad. In March, I gained 5%, which was my best month since I started this journey. In April, I was up 6%. So again, that's 11% in 2 months, which is just crazy. In May, I was down 0.9%. In June, I was down minus 1.82%. And in July, this month, I had the best month that I've ever had since November, which is 9.7%, which is just crazy. Making 9% in a single month is crazy return, you know. So what August will bring, I don't know. What September will bring, October, I don't know. But this right here, these type of returns, you know, making nice slow and steady returns. You're gonna have bad months. You just want to ensure that those bad months are controlled. I learned my lesson. This February right here February should have actually been a positive month, but as mentioned, that major mistake that I made on FTMO where I lost 8.5%, that was a lesson for me. Fortunately enough, I recovered and so forth. But this is what profitable trading is: 1%, 1%, 1%, down 3%, up 5%, 6%, down 1%, 1.8, up 9%. This is what profitable trading should be. It should be slow and steady gains, you know, and control and risk, and your risk is controlled. So yeah, that's about it for the video today. That's what I wanted to share. I hope this can inspire people who are probably not profitable or are not sure what approach or mindset or expectations they should have of trading. You know, that's just the expectation. That's my personal expectation, and one I believe reduces your odds of blowing accounts and so forth. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace and trade safe.